So now I'm just going to give you a tutorial on how to do this beautifully textured stitch. To create the boxed bead stitch, you need to start with a chain that is a multiple of 3 plus 1 extra for your turning chain in your first row. So here we've accomplished that with 25 chains. We have a multiple of 3, which is 24, plus 1. And so now we get to do the first row of the boxed bead stitch. To start, skip the first chain and single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then in the next chain also do another single crochet. Now in the third stitch, crochet an extended single crochet. This means you draw up a loop like I have here, and then yarn over and draw the loop through again, and then you yarn over and draw it through both loops. So an extended single crochet should look like this, and it kind of looks a lot like a knit stitch. So this is what we are going to be creating our boxes with in our boxed bead stitch in just a little bit. Now you can continue the rest of this row in the same way, simply working 2 single crochets and then following that up with an extended single crochet, and simply complete that all the way across your chain, and you'll end in your very last chain with an extended single crochet. In row 2, we get to have some fun and create the beads in our blocked bead stitch. So after you turn, you can chain 2, and our first or our last stitch in row 1 was an extended single crochet, and we're going to skip that. And in our first single crochet of the row, the second stitch, we're going to work a double crochet. Now here's the fun part. We're going to create our bead, and we're going to do what's called a slanting cluster stitch, and we're going to work around the double crochet. So here's how you do it. You yarn over, you bring your hook under around the double crochet this way from right to left, you yarn over again and bring it around, and you want to do this 2 more times, so 3 times total. Over and 1 more time. And then once you do this, simply yarn over, bring it through all of these loops on your hook except for this last one. So we have the what's remaining of our double crochet, and then the one we just brought through, and then yarn over and bring it through both of those. Okay, and that's our bead in our boxed bead stitch. Now we're going to do this again in just a second, but to finish off our repeat, first we're going to skip this next single crochet because this bead takes up so much space. And the next stitch in our row is actually the next extended single crochet. And we're going to do another extended single crochet into it, just like this. So now you can kind of see how we're creating those little walls in between our beads. So let's do another bead. We're going to start right away with another double crochet in the next single crochet stitch, and then let's create our bead. Yarn over, bring around, adding all of these loops just like this. And the way that you hold the hook here, I think, makes a big difference in how the bead turns out, so this might take a little bit of practice. Bring it through all of these, should be 6 loops there that you go through, and then yarn over and bring it through the last 2. Again, you're going to skip the next single crochet and do an extended single crochet in the next stitch after that. Okay, and that's how you create these nice boxed beads. Continue doing this all the way down the row until you get to the end. When you get to the end of row 2, you're going to want to put your extended single crochet right in the end of that row, so that would technically be the turning chain. And when you're done, you should see your first beautiful row of beads. Okay, moving right along, we're going to turn our work, and for row 3 of the boxed bead stitch, you're going to start by chaining 2, and you're going to skip over this last extended single crochet that you did in row 2, and you're going to work a single crochet into the top of your bead. This is the stitch that you did when you finished your bead, and then this next stitch came from the double crochet that you did. So put a single crochet into that, and then into this in-between space here where you have your extended single crochets, you're going to put another extended single crochet. So this row is pretty easy. You're just going to single crochet, and then again in the part that looks like an in-between space, put another extended single crochet. So it's very, very much like row 1, but you're being mindful of where you're placing those extended single crochets. So finish out row 3 this way. And again, at the end of this row, your very last extended single crochet will go right here at the end. Okay, so to repeat the boxed bead stitch, you are at this point going to repeat the last 2 rows that we've done. That means that this next row is going to start with a chain 2. You're not going to do anything else in this first stitch. Then you're going to double crochet here, do another one of our slanted clusters that we learned how to do, and then skip the next stitch and do an extended single crochet. And your extended single crochets should be lining up really nicely, and your beads should look like they're right on top of each other. And you're just going to continue this all the way down the row, and then your next row will be just going along the tops of that. And that's how you do the boxed bead stitch.